Dear well-beings, hi, this is Sonia and Lampi Pasura. We are here in Thailand during the retreat, and I have this great honor to have this conversation with my teacher and my master, who is going to answer one question that I've been getting from many of you. So many of you told me that you want to live a better quality of your life. You want more fulfillment, more contentment. You want to be yourself, live in contact with the true person that you are. So I'm going to ask my teacher how you can actually achieve that. So a lot of people tell me that they want to live a better life. But when we look at their schedule, because this is how I usually start, there's a lot of resistance. They don't want to let go of some of the activities that they might not serve them. And they are focusing a lot on pleasing others or kind of fulfilling this role of a caretaker and sometimes neglecting even self-care. So as someone who used to do that, I really connect with my clients, but I don't always know how to guide them.
The first step begins by stop laying blames on others. There are times when people think life is difficult because I don't have time, I don't have people who agree with me, who understand me, people who treat me badly. You see, it is always about blaming what's happening wrong on the world instead of taking responsibility for yourself. In life, there are 4 responsibilities. Number 1 is for your physical health. Number 2 is for your relationship. Number 3 is for your profession. And number 4 is for your unclouded mind. So all these 4 is something that nobody else can do it for you. You have to invest your time and effort to complete it in order to keep life balanced. If you're missing one part at the end of the day, you're not going to be happy about it. But we like to blame everything. I don't have the time. Well, manage the time. Get up a little earlier. Be on time in everything. Make an effort. Be there. Be present. So this is actually what people started. Because later on when we started to blame something, it moved to the second part where we try to justify. How many times in our life when we make decisions and to do something and we did it, and we come up with reason to explain what we did after we do it, not before, in order to make others feel better about it. See, and the whole thing is all about trying to avoid being shamed about ourselves, that I didn't do this, I didn't do that, so I came up with blame and justifying. That's what happened. The most important thing is to be responsible for yourself, for your own happiness, for your own fulfillment. You cannot just put this on others. It's something you have to do by yourself. Is it easy? It is not. It is not at all. But this for responsibility is a reality of life that nobody can do it for you. You just have to do it yourself. So this is why there are 2 things you can be: victim of your choice or hero of your life. The difference is how you look at the world. For example, if I ask you to think about some experience that make you feel bad, one thing, now that you come up with it, let me ask you a question. What happened? The second question is that who wronged you? Who caused that to you? The third question is that what could they have done? The fourth question is that if they don't do this now, what will happen? Then the same situation, and let me ask you different questions. What challenge did you face? What could you have done to make it better? What did you learn from that experience? That is the matter between the hero and the victim. Because when you become victim, you look at how the world is wrong to you. So you try to put this blame on others, which at the end of the day, you cannot change a thing. But when you take the stand to be responsible, and instead of looking at it as a bad experience that you got from others, you look at it as a challenge to learn from it and you overcome it by making mistake. That's when you're moving up, that you're making progress. So that's what people do. They make mistake and get up again.
So would you say that we become disempowered because we're expecting happiness from the outside, And then because we don't get it, because it's not possible, that is when we start to victimize. We think that if we are giving and we are doing all these things for others, that they should do that for us, and then we're going to be happy.
Actually, it's not expecting the happiness from the outside, even it coming from confusing what happiness really is. People usually think pleasure is happiness, and pleasure is what we get from the outside. You know, new car, new job, new phone, new girlfriend, new boyfriend, new people, praise, compliment, recognitions. We get from the outside. The moment you got it, somebody gives you a compliment, you're beautiful. You feel like you're on top of the mountain. Now there is no way up but down. You got to keep going down. So what do you want? To be on top of the mountain again. Then what would you do? Try to make someone recognize you to say you're beautiful again so that you can be on top of the mountain again. But reality is that as time goes by, we're getting aging. We're not going to stay the same, look the same all the time, so it's going to get harder and harder. So what will you do? You try even harder. And then you feel, yeah, you struggle too much until you cannot take it anymore. You're getting tired to be on top of the mountain again. That's what pleasure is like. It's conditioned on the outside, on others, people, others, item, other situation. Happiness comes from inside, comes from when you appreciate yourself, accept yourself until you become content with it. You find a passion to be yourself that you're proud of. That's when you start from the foot of the mountain. And each and every single day of life is blessing, is bonus that help you to keep going up on this stair, on this mountain until you reach the top.
And how would you say the self-acceptance and valuing ourselves, how does it start? What is the first step to take?
I would recommend meditation because usually our mind is not here. Human mind doesn't stay here. Human mind go into this so-called thinking mode where we simulate the events of the past and futures. In the simulation is a created reality. It's not real. It's just something that in our head that we created, but it feels so real that it gives us the feeling and emotions about it. When we think about our past that happened 10, 15 years ago, we still have the same guilt, shame, and disappointment. The same thing with the simulation about the future, it gives us the same sense of worry and insecurity. When we become more present, become more aware of things around us, we become more appreciative of the beauty of it. And when we appreciate of it, that's when we can give it out. You cannot give something you don't have. You can only give what you got. And so you don't even love yourself, which means making yourself happy. How can you make others happy? You can give love to the others. And it begins by appreciating it so much that you want to give it.
So if I can conclude what we just said, in a way, what we are doing, we are living unconsciously, like half a dream, and we are trying to feel good and feel pleasure with the outside stimuli, thanks to other people or stuff, materialism and other things. But in fact, what needs to happen is we need to wake up to ourselves. One way to do that is meditation, and by meditating, what we can do, we can escape our default future of being stuck and being addicted towards appreciation, and actually can create a life that works for us and is actually full of fulfillment and contentment. Would that be fair to say?
Oh, that's perfectly. Because that whenever you get contentment from yourself, everything else in life is a bonus. And that starts with you. It doesn't start by others. It just does by blaming others to make yourself better. It's about accepting responsibilities to make yourself happier.
Thank you so much for that. So this is it. I'm really happy for this opportunity that I'll be able to share it with you. This is where my wisdom comes. Mentors like Ompi Pasura and many others here help me a lot change and be the person who I am. So I hope this will inspire you to be the hero of your life and not a victim. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much.